Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I'm hoping this is going to be a great big treat. This is the Cumbre Elevated IPA, and they're out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I wish I had got a chance to stop at this brewery on the way out, but I did not. And I'm kicking myself in the butt now probably for that, because from what I hear about this brewery, they really do some really good stuff. So we're going to do it next time. If I get back out that way, I'm going to make sure I stop at these breweries along the way. We're going to take somebody that's into craft beers next time, which the couple that was with us was not. They're a bunch of Miller Lite drinkers. Go figure. And it's somebody that appreciates it, or me and the other half are going to go by our damn selves. So that's the way that trip's going to go. So let's get on with this one. Commercial description on this one, guys. It says, did someone ask for hops? Tired of beers that promise a full lupulin experience but never deliver more than a rich malty bitterness? Yes. It's no secret that this is what we excel at. We've been brewing world-class IPAs for years. Our flagship is the culmination of decades worth of studying and brewing. Take a step above and acclimate to what an IPA should be. I like that already. Andrew, thanks a bunch for sending these beers out to me. I do appreciate it, brother. He sent me 4 of these 16-ounce cans and 2 22-ounce bombers of 2 of the other brews that these guys do. So evidently he's a big fan of La Cumbre, and I probably will be too if it lives up to all the hype that I've read about these beers. So with that being said, let's go over, let me tell you a little more about this. This is a 7.2% ABV beer with 100 IBUs. So it ought to be nice and bitter for an IPA, and 7.2% is you're not drinking a little boy's beer at 4 point whatever. This is definitely enough alcohol in it to wet your taste buds. So, over to the food pairings. Food pairings cuisine is curried in the tithe. Your standard IPA food pairings. Cheeses, the pepper, Monterey, pepper jack, shark blue, cheddar, more pungent cheeses, gorgonzola, Limburger. And the meat is poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon. And like I always say, guys, I add grilled meat to that because everything off the grill goes well with a nice IPA. Glass bars, a pint, becker, nonic tumbler, the mug, stein, the Sidel. I've got the pint glass for this, and not recommended for extending cellaring unless ABV exceeds the average range. The 2 bombers he sent me had a sticker on top of it telling me when it was put in the bottle. The 4-pack had a sticker on the top of the plastic ring saying when these were put in the can. Like I said when I did the beer mail video, if these are broke out of that 4-pack and set on a shelf at a craft beer store, which I guess they're available other than at the brewery, that sticker's not going to be there. So my tip to them would be to put that sticker on the bottom of every can, or get a machine that actually puts that date on the can for them. They are taking the time to put that on every 22-ounce bomber. I don't know what these cans cost. Andrew may put some comments in and say what the 4-pack costs to this beer, or what the bombers cost when I review them. But if you're paying a decent price, if you're paying $3 to $5 per can, it needs to have that date on there. So, but if you're buying the 4-pack, it's got that sticker right on the top of it. So I don't know what else to say, guys. I think each individual can ought to be just like the 22-ounce bombers. It ought to have that sticker on the can somewhere or on the bottom. So, just my opinion, though. Alright, I think that's all we need to talk about here. So, without further ado, let's pop the top on this puppy. This is a 16-ounce can, so I can smell it from here. I can smell it from here. This is going to be good. Alright, with that semi-aggressive pour, it didn't pour much of a head, but there are a lot of bubbles streaming up. So it looks like it's fairly well carbonated. I'm glad it didn't foam up. This is a 20-ounce glass, supposedly, and that's a 16-ounce beer. But if that's 16 ounce, if it had 4 more ounces in it, I don't believe it would fit in this 20-ounce glass. I think the glass people are lying. I don't think this is quite a 20-ounce glass. I think it's about 16 ounces is about all you can get in this glass. So. And that head's dissipated pretty quickly. So let's get a nose on this one. It is fairly clear. I can see the bulb right through there. It's a nice amber color. Pretty good looking IPA. Let's get a nose on it. Oh yeah. Pine, tangerines. I mean, there is some dankness to it. It's very similar to an Enjoy By from Stone. Grapefruit, a lot of tropical notes and fruitiness. Wonderful smelling IPA, guys. Let's give it a taste and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Andrew. Thank you, sir. 1 to review and 3 more to savor. Ooh, got lucky. Oh, that's nice. That is real nice. Guys, this is a lot reminiscent of the ones we did the other day, the Betty and the Hangar 24. Both of those had a nice, real nice hop presence to them. 7.2%, not getting that alcohol. Very well made beer. These guys got it going on, I believe. They do on this particular beer anyway. 100 IBUs. Has a nice bitterness on the back end, but it's not overly bitter. It has enough sweetness on the front end to balance that beer out. You can definitely tell you're drinking an IPA with this beer. Wow, that's so delicious. Andrew, I see why you're high on this beer company. Can't wait to do the other 2 bombers that you sent me. If they're just as good as this, I can see why you wanted to send these out to me and have me try them. Guys, I cannot get these beers here. I don't know what the distribution is on the Cumbre beers. Don't really know a whole lot about them, how far they distribute out, if they do. Andrew may enlighten us on that, whether he bought this at the brewery or at a craft beer store, or where they actually come from. But like this in the cans, keeps the light off of it. You can pack it in, pack it out. You're going camping, you don't have to worry about them breaking. You can crush your cans here in Virginia, like I've told y'all before. They do recycle aluminum, but they don't give any deposits on any kind of glass bottles or anything. You can put them in the bin and have them recycled, but you don't get any money for that. Whereas the aluminum, if you want to save the aluminum and take it down, and they'll weigh it and give you money back on it. Virginia is one of them states that hasn't stepped up to the plate and has a deposit on the bottles like a lot of the other states do. So, wow, that's delicious, guys. Blown away a little bit. Hair's going back. Socks are off. Let's let it warm up a hair. It hadn't been in the fridge long. I just put it in the fridge. It's been in the fridge about, I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 hours. Don't think it's quite down to 40 degrees. It's probably about 45, 48 degrees. So we're not going to let it warm up a tremendous amount. I'm going to take it back and let her sip on it a couple times. And let me sip on it a couple times. And we'll come back and do the final chug on this one. This looks pretty damn impressive. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. This is delicious. Wonderful IPA hop aroma on this beer. Pine and the grapefruit, a little dankness in there. A little bit of tangerine, oranges, apricots, mango. Everything you want in a very tasty IPA, guys. That's, wish it was available here. I'd buy it. You would see this in the fridge. So very tasty. Those guys out in Cumbre, they got it going on. Very tasty. Final chug. Very, very tasty. This was put in the can on 8/30 of 2014. The only suggestion I would have for them is to put a sticker on each individual can instead of on top of the 4-pack. In case some of the stores break these out into singles, you're not going to know how old the beer is. So that's the only suggestion I have to them. But they do date their stuff on the 4-pack and on the on the individual 22-ounce bombers. So if you're buying a 4-pack, you're going to know how old it is. And if you're buying a bomber, it's got a sticker on it too. So guys, as far as I'm concerned, this is a 10. It is very, very delicious. It's just as good as the Betty and the Hangar 24 beer that we did the other day. Both of those beers were pretty tasty too. So the Citra beer was awesome. I mean, Simcoe and Citra hops are my favorite. And it doesn't say here. I didn't go to the website. I usually don't. It doesn't say here either on Rate Beer or Beer Advocate what hops they use, and it doesn't say on here what they use. But this is a gold medal winner at the 2011 GABF. It just says it's brewed with an obscene amount of finest hops known to man, and I believe that. Don't know what hops, but it's a very nice concoction. They've got it figured out. It's pretty tasty. All right, guys, let's see what everybody else thinks about this one. We'll go over to Beer Advocate like we always do first, and they say 97, which is world class. Would not argue with that a bit. I would give it just a little bit better number than that. Maybe a 99 or 100. Probably 100 since I gave it a 10. And over to Rate Beer. This is more like it. Rate Beer says overall 100. And in the style, 100. I agree with that. It's pretty damn tasty. So you guys out there in New Mexico that can get this beer, you're damn lucky. Because it's pretty damn tasty. Andrew, you might put in the comments how much a 4-pack of this costs, or if you know how much the single would be. I mean, it all depends on where you're buying it at. I mean, if you're buying it at a store that's in a high rent district, they're going to charge a little bit more. So that's the way it is here. I mean, there are several different craft beer stores, and the price on a single can could vary as much as $1 or $2 depending on where you're buying it. So a lot of the grocery stores, like Kroger's or something like that around here, buying such volume that they get a better rate, and you can usually get a better deal through them, but they have a very limited selection. Now, if you go to the craft beer store, they have a better selection, but you're going to pay a little bit more for it there. So that's usually how it works around here anyway. Alright guys, if you've had this one from the Cumbre, their elevated IPA, let me know what you think. Let's go see if we can get us another 10 tomorrow. See you then.